Market System Analyzer is basically a simulation program, but ultimately the goal is to help you trade better. So once you have all your position sizing setting the options the way you want them, you can use the trade size command to get the position size for any upcoming trades in real time. Trade size command basically calculates the position size for the trade following the last one on the chart. This is important if you have any dependency or equity curve crossover rules where the position size may depend on prior trades. So assuming the trade history is up to date on the chart, you can select the trade size command and enter the current value of your account equity. Now if you're using a fixed fractional position sizing method, you'd also have to enter the trade risk. In this case it's a stock trading system, and we've selected the option to trade in units of 100 shares per unit. So the risk is entered per unit, that's per 100 shares. Risk can be entered either as a positive or negative number. And to calculate the cost of the position size, we need to enter the approximate entry price, and then just click enter or hit the calculate button, and it'll tell us in this case we need to take 200 shares for the next trade, and that will cost $4,800. If you were to use a present volatility position sizing method, you'd also have to enter the average true range that applied to that upcoming trade. But that's basically all there is to the trade size command for a market system. For a portfolio, again, you need to make sure that the trade data are up to date in the market systems if you have any dependency or equity curve crossover rules. Then you select trade size on the portfolio menu. You enter again your current account equity value, and then there are other options you can enter for each market system. If you know you're not going to have a trade for an upcoming for one of the market systems, you can check this box. That'll exclude that market system from the calculations and make sure no equity is allocated to that market system. If you have an open trade for a particular market system, you could enter the trade size here and check this box. And you'd also want to enter the entry price for that open position so it calculates the cost correctly. Then you scroll through the other market systems in the portfolio using these next and previous buttons, and make sure that you've entered any other values that are necessary. For example, if you have a fixed fractional method, you'd have to enter the risk. This is a futures trade, so that would be the risk per contract. And likewise for market system 3, it's a futures trade and we have fixed fractional position sizings. You would have to enter the risk for that upcoming trade. Once all that data are entered, press the enter key or click the calculate position sizes button, and it shows you the position size and the cost for each upcoming trade. We've excluded market system 1. For market system 2, it tells us to take 3 contracts for the next trade, and it tells us that's going to require $13,875 in margin. For market system 3, it says we should take 8 contracts for the next trade based on our position sizing settings, and that'll cost $8,000. That $8,000 comes from the margin requirements, the margin cost settings made in the market system file for this market system 3. And it ultimately it tells us the total cost and margin requirements for all open and anticipated positions. And that includes that $12,000 in open trade cost that we specified for market system 1. The trade size commands, either for the market system or the portfolio, use whatever settings and options you've made in the market system and the portfolio. Now if you want to do real-time position sizing and you have an active system, let's say you have a day trading system that trades frequently throughout the day, you can have Market System Analyzer update the chart at specified intervals. For example, every 5 seconds you could update the portfolio. This means it'll reload those market system files, which will in turn reload the trade data every 5 seconds. And if you have your trading systems automatically updating those trades files after every new trade, then that'll update the trades in the chart, and the trade size command will therefore give you more up-to-date results, taking into account the recent trade history.